Dirk might have a Festool track saw. Has he got one of these? I don't think so. G'day all, welcome back to Built by Chris. This is it, I'm finally in my dream workshop. It's been an epic change, the renovations have been quite extensive. There's been a lot of feng shuiing to be done, but it's finally done. I now have the workshop that I really want. It's got everything I need, everything's got a home, and it works so much. I've got so much more room to start with, but everything just works so much better. Like I said, it's been an epic renovation, but it's finally all done. You know what? Why don't I just stop talking and let you come and have a look and see what I've done. Just a quick recap to show you what I've done. On this side of the workshop, this is where I started it all. If you can remember, I'll pop pictures up if I can find them. There used to be a dust extractor in this corner. The big pleated filter used to hang down from here. Look, it worked great, but it just took up a bit of room. Now I've got rid of all of that. I now have those little dust extractor units. I'll show you one of those a little bit later. I've got 4 of them now. One dedicated to my jointer thicknesser, one dedicated to my miter saw, one dedicated to the table saw, and one dedicated to the band saw. Now there might be 4 of them in here, but they take up no room, which is what I wanted. So it's a lot more efficient to do it that way than to have one great big dust extractor sitting in the corner. Got my clamps all hung up. That's their permanent home. They're not going anywhere from there. I've got all my batteries hung up. I know where they are at any given time. Everything's got a cubby now. I've got my painting cubby. I've got my cabinet hardware cubby. Everything's got a little space, and I know where everything is. It just works so much better. Now for my miter saw, I made a little miter saw station. It's not as big as the ones that you see on YouTube, but it does the job for me. I put a little enclosure around it, try and keep the dust down, because as we all know, the Bosch is a great saw, but dust extraction is fairly non-existent. So the enclosure does a good job to contain it. I've got a dust extractor sitting underneath it, right there, which is dedicated to that. I've incorporated my drill press into this, so again, as a workstation, it works great. Now again, the reason for the big remodel was to find a home for my CNC machine. I've done that. It's got a permanent home here now. It works great for me. Just behind me, I've got my little laptop set up, so I can run the CNC machine, and it works like a charm. I love it. Since the last video, I actually put in dust extraction. There's a little inlet port just behind me here. I plugged my shock back into it, and it keeps the dust free basically. And the other, I'm watching Ainsley again. The other addition is a TV, so I can watch YouTube videos and just keep up with everything, because I'm a bit of a YouTube junkie, as you all know, and a workshop without a TV just doesn't work. Stage 2 of the renovation is this. All my toolboxes now have cubbies that I put them into, and I can get to them nice and easy. If you remember my first workshop tour, they were all just stacked one on top of the other at the front of the workshop there. If I needed to get to the one on the bottom, 3 or 4 had to move, and it just got tiresome towards the end. So I've made these little cubbies, and they're all got their own little personal space. And if I need one, I just pull it out and away I go. I've incorporated a little workbench here. This is my pen turning workstation. Let's call it a workstation. I've got a little workbench here now that I can do all my put all my pens together and get everything ready. All my colours for my resins are easily accessible. All my pen kits are easily accessible. All my blanks are right there. Everything just works. I've got plenty of storage above it now. As you know, I've feng shuied the absolute hell out of this place, so I've got a lot of room now, but the shelving works really, really well. In addition to the cubbies, I now have an area for my lathe. Before it just sat on a little shelf that I made for it, and it worked fine, but I couldn't do anything else with it. In this one I've incorporated drawers underneath, like the first drawer I have here is my rag bin now, so I've got rags easily accessible, and just the bits and pieces that go with the lathe are in there, like the chuck keys and all the other stuff. I can't remember what it is now. So that works there. I've got a spot for my resins, my finishes and my paints. Everything, again, easy to get to. I've got a little shelf here that I made. It's got miscellaneous pen blanks that didn't fit over there, and all the pen cases that I sell with my pens. And now the corner of the workshop that had everything jammed into it. This is where all the toolboxes used to be. When I drove my car in, I had to be very careful how far I came in so I didn't hit them. They're all gone because, as you saw before, they've got their own little cubbies now, and I've got just empty space. The toolbox has been rehoused. It's here now. My Kreg jig hangs on the wall, easy to get to. I've even got my vise in a little holder. That's out of the way. If I need it, I just slide it out, slide it back in when I'm done. Works so much better. And here, on this wall, is where I put my workbench now. Let me show you how that works. Now, the workbench that I had prior to this was a great workbench, don't get me wrong, but it took up space. I had to always find somewhere to put it when I finished for the day. And it wasn't as big as the one I've got now. This new workbench, it's on wheels. It doubles as an outfeed table for the table saw. If I need to cut large sheets of melamine or plywood or what have you, I've got these little things that I made here that sit on top. There's 4 of them, 1, 2, 3, 4 that go on here, and I just put the sheet on top. It supports it, and I can cut through the sheet without damaging the actual surface of the workbench. So that's a great little innovation for me. And the best thing about this workbench is that I can put it away and it doesn't take up any room. Let me show you. As you can see, there's a cleat on the wall. The workbench just butts up to it. I've got a stop over there so I know how far to push it across. Up she goes. Lock it in place. Take the spreader bar off. And close the legs. So there it is, workbench is put away. So much room now that I need to buy some more machines. But that's the little innovation that I made for this workshop. This wasn't my idea. I saw this idea on a few YouTube videos and I thought that's going to work for me. So I made it and there it is. So there it is, the new workshop. Very, very happy with it. The way it's turned out, everything works. It's fantastic. It's actually a joy to come out here now. If you liked the video, if you thought you got something out of it, please share, like and subscribe. And just give me a thumbs up, let me know what you thought of it. And with that, I'll finish this video and I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye for now.